Counting money, call me shallow. Keep my guards up, burners in the cargo. Easy map.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to see if everything is cool. Y'all know I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to see if people come in, if they can at least hear me, see what's going on here. Let me know if you can see good. If everything is cool. If the sound is okay. Miss Melanin, what's up? Okay, so y'all can hear, because I know the other night we was having some little technical difficulties. I'm going to give people time, because it's live random as fuck, right? That's the least I could do, is give people time to get in here. Let's do it.
Now I see clearly. My whole life is pointed in one direction. I see that now.
Get your water.
There never has been any choice.
If you're smoking, get your smoke.
Where the fuck I'm going? Can't pull the wall, nigga, I be knowing.
Okay.
Lo and behold, I'm an overload. Niggas talking like they like
my
me.
My phone talking about a goddamn software update. Just trying to fuck my live up. That's what they doing.
I make shit.
Didn't say shit to just now.
I stayed on one of the illest and some agree. Do a nigga dirty what I don't want
we got
done
some
to
shit
me.
to get into tonight.
Me versus y'all though, that's something to bar low.
What's up, everybody coming in? Hit that like button on your way in.
Keep my guards up, burners in the cargo. Easy math, but I'm a motherfucking problemo. Whoever didn't get the memo, jot it down. I'm about to lock this bitch down. I just do what I'm doing cause I like to do it. That smooth ride music.
Shout out to my mods. Shout out to everybody that's here. I'm gonna give people about 10 minutes, y'all, so y'all can relax for a second.
Yeah. Niggas ain't even doing the math. They feeling it 3 and past. They greedy, you never last. So speedy, recover fast. Come back like I never left. But you was never here. Erased like at your sketch. You clown sick, gotta vaccinate. Better yet, just evacuate. Shorty just don't give head, she decapitate. Left a nigga bugging, told me that she had rounds to make. Go, bitch, go. Nigga gotta focus now. Ain't getting any younger.
Yeah, come on in.
Whole life is like a trial. They do the book at me early.
Get comfy.
Guess they figured I wasn't worthy.
Hit that like button.
Birdie, fake friends, yes, sir me. I don't get a lot of love, but I don't let it deter me. I just do what I'm doing, do it cause I love to do it. That smooth ride music, yeah.
Oh, man.
I was born into this life, I ain't have a choice. So I grabbed the microphone, gave this little nigga a voice. He started talking to the world spoke back. Then he started getting hate from them broke back mountain motherfuckers. I'm a child of the gutter. Piece of butter, we just looking for the supper. I want it now. I'm impatient. I'm hungry now. Fuck the waiting. They say Satan a liar. I made it through all the fire. My name posted on the flyers. I'm high. Want to get higher than I already is. That other bracket. OD till I get it. Motherfucker straight jacket coming at me sideways. It be a foul fucking call. Like Seattle in the air when they do the fucking ball. I just do what I'm doing. Do it cause I love to do it. That smooth ride music, yes.
Okay. Who remembers this shit, though?
You are watching a master at work.
Yeah. Drum, I'm back.
This what y'all was
That
waiting on?
location too. Bye.
I put a couple pounds on since the last go
I ain't
around.
even wait on them. I'ma get them
now.
now.
We be eating around these parts.
Get them. My block pumping and I'm trying to keep that old pumping. If niggas snitching, then I let them niggas get them. My block pumping and I'm trying to keep
Who
that old
remember this shit? What's up, dude? What's up, Idris, Mika, Kiana, DC, DJ, Kiara, Linda?
block,
Miss
leaving
Murphy,
and I'm
Sarita.
trying to keep that old pumping.
D
If
nice,
niggas
what is
bitching,
up?
then I let them niggas hold something. If nigga owe something,
Need a doctor's note from him,
or his throat from him. These young niggas thinking they fresh, get whipped out your clothes, youngin'. I got it all, but I'll beat you like you stole something. My bitch trippin', say I treat her like my old woman. I tell a bitch I'm probably better off with no woman. Yeah, I get that brand new money, I'm the boss, bitch. I'm touching every dollar that's coming. Stop playing. I know what I'm doing, let me get them. I hope his kids not with him. Y'all motherfuckers know me, I'm a rider inside the South. Got the money in the mattress and the guns in the couch. What up? Putting out cockroaches in the ashtray. It's payday to my last day. Yeah, walking that line with a lot on my mind. I get that money, never dropping a dime. I don't hate, never not on my time. I put that little red dot on your mind. Talking that crime, but a lot of them lying. I'm caught on the grind, never get off my grind. I'm a pimp to these hoes, not a pimp in my mind. Nah, and everybody know I'm sharp when I ride. How about that new Ferrari with that little hearse on the side? Yeah, zoom, zoom, bitch. Ride a nigga broom, which have a key wets, thinking up your whole room, bitch. Now break out the perfume, bitch. And niggas come from all that beach, I'm in that water like a cruise ship. Straight up, tell them I do this. One pistol, 2 clips, I aim at lips. Wayne that shit on y'all. Giving to you from the gall. I am the gall.
A dedication. My nigga for life, rest in peace.
We said, baby, the gall.
Some of y'all remember this. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about this. London, you ain't missed nothing. You ain't missed nothing yet, bruh. It's cool.
Money on my mind, money on my mental. Super soaker with a nigga like a swimsuit. I think they sippin' on that, I can fuck with him juice. Test me if you want a bad man, I knock a limb loose. I ain't never scared, I'm protected everywhere. And if a nigga disrespect me, then he shall be buried there. That's my word. Gotta.
Okay, I can't agree with that. Just acting said Weezy is so underrated. No, he's actually overrated right now. The motherfucker been trash for a while. But, first and foremost, shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. Now y'all know I'm trash as fuck. I didn't announce this live prior to. I didn't know whether or not I'll be able to get it set up right. You know, cause last time we had technical difficulties, but I got this new webcam now and I hooked that up. I got that from the donations you guys have been sending on Patreon. Mad love to you for that. I know some people be hitting me like, yo, what a Patreon content at? And you right. But to be fair, I'm one of the only channels you can watch on here with a decent subscriber. Now, of course, I ain't got no whole lot of subscribers, but you ain't got to worry about commercials or none of that shit on my channel, because my channels, both video and live, aren't monetized. So anything you donate, anything you show love through, as far as you know, money is concerned, you know what I'm saying, show some love on my Patreon, show some love on the Cashapp, show some love however, you know what I'm saying, or just hit the like button. Hit the like button, get those likes up, share the video, just so the algo can catch me in there sometime, because there's a whole lot of fake ass motherfuckers out here, you know, on black YouTube. A lot of bitch made hoe ass motherfuckers out here. I mean, I can't think of another way to put that. Like, it's a lot of hoe shit that goes on YouTube. But y'all know ain't no commercial shit going on over here. So whatever love you show me, I'm not getting checks from YouTube. I'm not getting checks from Google. So whatever love you gonna show, you know what I'm saying, show that love. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with y'all over here on this channel. If you can see the title, it says we still playing. Okay? And the reason I say that is because while niggas is running around out here doing what they're deeming
coming after your state.
I ain't mean for that to come in like that. We about to get into it though. While niggas is out here on crates, balancing themselves on crates, the white man and his mama are busy. Now, some of y'all that have been watching me here for a while, even before this, we've been talking about this COVID shit from the beginning. We've talked about the things that are going to be coming down the pipe, and things are lining up exactly as I said they would. That's not no bragging shit. It just is what it is. Things are lining up like I said they would. Not that I'm happy that they're lining up like I said they would, but things are. One of the things that I sadly didn't anticipate is niggas on crates. Like, I didn't see that in the future. I guess I couldn't really put nothing to that. I didn't see that. I did not see niggas on crates. I know black folk love to play. I know we love to play, do challenges. We like to get in all types of fuck shit and distraction shit. But the white man and his mama stay focused on your ass, okay? Whether you bouncing on crates, falling off them bitches or not, they are focused on your ass. Now, I'm going to play a clip of a Texas Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, what he has to say about black people's contribution to COVID. Y'all listen to this shit.
Quickly here, and as a response, coming after your state because the increased COVID numbers, hospitalizations, deaths are up in Texas, and there's a direct assault on your governor's policies and your state's policies. Very brief response.
Yeah. Well, Laura, the COVID is spreading, particularly most of the numbers are with the unvaccinated, and the Democrats like to blame Republicans on that. Well, the biggest group in most states are African Americans who have not been vaccinated. The last time I checked, over 90% of them.
Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play that for y'all again because I don't know if y'all heard them or not. And this is on Fox News, and it is a syndicated news, program. It is what it is. This is what they saying. Hold on, I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna go back so y'all can. I'm gonna make sure y'all heard that man properly, because a lot of people be thinking that motherfuckers is out here playing, and when shit is real.
Coming after your state really quickly here, and as a response, coming after your state because the increased COVID numbers, hospitalizations, deaths are up in Texas, and there's a direct assault on your governor's policies and your state's policies. Very brief response.
Yeah. Well, Laura, the COVID is spreading, particularly most of the numbers are with the unvaccinated, and the Democrats like to blame Republicans on that. Well, the biggest group in most states are African Americans who have not been vaccinated. The last time I checked, over 90% of them vote for Democrats in their major cities and major counties. So it's
now, that man said that most of the people who are causing this spread is black folk. Now, he said in most states. Bitch ass cave motherfuckers will say anything. In most states, motherfucker, we don't even have a high population in most states. We are still sitting at 13 to 15% of the overall population in this country. Again, that stat is very relevant when they talking to you like this. When they're saying things like this. Because what they're doing, when they're talking about these unvaccinated, when they're acting like it's not the caves, because the caves, a lot of them aren't vaccinated. He's not dealing with the fact that the caves make up majority of the population in this goddamn nation. You got to deal with that. You cannot just say in most states it's black folk. That's what he's saying. On TV, in front of everybody. Nobody cut him off. Nobody cussed his bitch ass out. Nobody even brought up the argument that these black people make up 13 to 15% of the population. He turned into some Democrat Republican shit. That's the trick that they play for our political brothers and sisters. They play those types of games. Okay? This is him basically saying, look, hey, these Democrats are trying to act like it's the Republicans doing this shit. Nah, it ain't us. It's black folk. And black folks are Democrats. So it's the Democratic Party that don't got their shit under control. I'm going to finish playing this. It's about 30 seconds left. I'm going to finish playing it for you. Let me show you this shit.
the Democrats to get, just as it's up to Republicans, to try to get as many people vaccinated. But we respect the fact that if people don't want the vaccination, we're not going to force it on them. That's their individual right. But in terms of criticizing the Republicans for this, we're encouraging people who want to take it, but they're doing nothing for the African-American community that has a significant high number of unvaccinated
TikTok
people.
videos.
So they need
We got
to
a lot
address
of,
that.
we got a lot. coming after your state.
That hoe said TikTok videos. Okay? She's making you into a TikTok video. Now, I take that piece of information, this white cave hoe, sitting here talking about TikTok videos, but then I see us on top of crates. I see the correlation they're trying to make at all times. They're trying to demean you. They are making you out to be the face of this or not the vaccine, but the COVID spreading. That's what they're doing to you. Now, you still love them, of course. You're still going to worship them, of course. But this is what they're doing to you. Okay? That's a Republican lieutenant governor who is now turning to the Democrats and saying, hey, them is your people over there. Even though we know there are factions of caves that are against the vaccine. He will not talk about them. Matter of fact, it's more of them that haven't gotten the vaccine, more of them that are against the vaccine, vigorously against the vaccine, than there are black people. Okay? Those are facts. You cannot argue those facts, but they can still get on TV. They can still get on TV and, propagandize your image. That's what they're able to do. All right? This is not me being a conspiracy theorist. This is not me. Because, again, I told y'all this shit was going to happen. I knew who was going to be the face of COVID. It don't matter if they was calling it the China virus. It don't matter what the fuck Trump was talking about. I knew this country, not Democrats, not Republicans, this American, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated. This system was going to make it your black ass. And I knew you was going to let them. Because you going to be too busy dancing, too busy having fun, too busy living your best motherfucking life to even pay attention to it. I knew we was going to be doing that. Now, again, I didn't see the crates. I didn't see the crates. I didn't see the crates. But I knew they were going to do this. I knew it was going to be on us. It always is on us. Just so well as the Democrats blame black people for them not getting the voters out, for them not getting the voter turnout, they're going to blame you for that too. And you let them. You let them treat you like that. You let everything that happens in this country when shit going down is going to be you. And all you going to do is try to prove to them that, no, we not like that. It ain't us. Look, we good black folk over here. See, I got mine. I got my shot. I got my voter sticker on. I got my shot. I'm doing everything you want me to do to prove to these motherfuckers that you are worthy of even being identified, grouped with humans. This is where we are. But yet, we still playing. Motherfuckers want to tell me I'm too serious and all this shit. I've been calling this shit down the line the whole fucking time. And black people aren't getting the vaccine as fast as they would hope. But too many of us still are. Too many of us are still into giving up our would-be rights in an effort to calm this COVID down. Even though they will not place the blame of the variants on the people that they should. They won't do that. That will be the vaccinated. We talked about that on another show, so I'm not going to get all the way back into it. But understand, the people who are responsible for variants are the vaccinated. People trying to skip and jump their immune system and all this shit, they're responsible for the variants. Okay? Again, black people, you are now the face. The pressure that's being applied to you should be something that you look at with high skepticism. Okay? I wouldn't know why you trust this government as it was, but even if you did, you'd have to look at the behaviors that they're, the things that they're doing, as you have to be skeptical of that shit. Right? Now, look what they also did. Pfizer has now had their vaccine been given FDA approval. And since that's happened, because again, this was the skepticism some people were having. It was like, hey, motherfucker, the FDA ain't even approved it. And y'all know when we got on here and talked about the FDA, I don't know what the fuck made people think the FDA is a pro-black organization. It is not. There is not any alphabet, 3 or otherwise, 3 CIA, FBI, FDA, CDC, they are not pro-black. They do not give a fuck about your black life. At no time have they shown to give a fuck about you. Not once. It doesn't matter what letters you take and put them together. You can try to find some semblance of them caring about you, but you're going to be hard pressed. Okay? No 3-letter organization under or a part of the conglomerate of America, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated, has ever given a fuck about you. So I don't give a fuck that the FDA approved it. That doesn't mean anything to me. Okay? These motherfuckers have been actively on a campaign to eradicate us since they so-called, quote-unquote, freed us. Keep our numbers low. Keep us under control. That's been the mission of the government. That's been the mission of all the conglomerates that are a part of this government. It doesn't matter what form of this shit you're looking at. Everybody's against you. Okay? And that includes Big Farm. Okay? This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is fact. You cannot show me where Big Farm gave a fuck about you. Not one time. All right? Now, FDA approves the Pfizer vaccine. What the government does, y'all's boy, Uncle Joe, is he double down. Because we already seen some businesses that are saying that you have to have your vaccine card to come in here. I think New York was the first state to implement that. Now, I'm hearing this over in Cali, too, and a couple other states are trying to follow suit. Listen to y'all's Uncle Joe. Y'all's uncle. The motherfucker that a lot of black folk went and voted for, him and Kamala. I don't know where the fuck Kamala at, but she damn sure ain't keeping up or sticking up for no black folk. Listen to y'all's Uncle Joe real quick. Listen to what he's doing now because FDA has approved Pfizer. Listen to what he's talking about.
Today I'm calling on more companies, I should say, in the private sector to step up with vaccine requirements that'll reach millions more people. If you're a business...
Step up with vaccine requirements that will reach millions more people. Now, he's slow as fuck for saying millions more people. He stumbled coming in, too. His words ain't really... Millions more people. Cool. He want to get to millions more. He's not content.
A nonprofit leader, a state or local leader, who has been waiting for full FDA approval to require vaccinations, I call on you now to do that. Require it. Do what I did last month. Require your employees to get vaccinated or face strict requirements.
Now he says, require your employees, do what I did. Be a tyrant like me to push these vaccines as I'm pocketing some of this Big Farm kickback. Because I know he on payroll. We know that. We know that there has not been, as far as these presidents and these CEOs that are appointed to run America, they are getting kickbacks from Big Farm to push this. So he said, do what I did and require everybody to get this shit or face strict requirements. I'm going to make your life uneasy. Basically, that's what he's saying.
I said last week, vaccination requirements have been around for decades. Students, healthcare professionals, our troops are typically required to receive vaccinations.
This bitch can't even say typically. He can't talk, okay? This is one of the reasons y'all love Obama so much. At least that bitch could talk. So he said that basically vaccinations have been a requirement here in this nation. It's been a thing. And you'll hear people that are pro-vax make this same argument. When in history has a vaccine been made in 6 months and been made a requirement? To act like this is normal behavior is disingenuous. It's an insult to your motherfucking intelligence. And anybody who is making that argument is dumb as fuck. I mean, I don't even know a soft way to put it. Because there has not been a time where a vaccine was created in 6 months, and it is proven to not work, to not save the lives of the people that it's being administered to. It's been proven to do that. It ain't saving shit. People still dying, but it should be a requirement, like everything else is. This is the bullshit narrative, and this is coming from y'all's president, the CEO of America, 3Ks Don't Get This Shit Fucked Up, Incorporated. This is coming from the man y'all voted for. Y'all said he was coming to save niggas from the tyranny of Donald Trump. Now you like a damn fool. Unless you are one of the silly motherfuckers who lined up to get the vaccine. Regardless of whether they had the long-term testing or anything, you was just going to get it. Call yourself being safe. I mean, the logic that people that have in their minds that go get this shot doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Okay? Again, this man said he's calling on more companies to make this a requirement.
To prevent everything from polio to smallpox, measles, mumps, rubella. In fact, the reason most people in America don't worry about polio, smallpox, measles, mumps, and rubella today is because of vaccines. It only makes sense to require a vaccine to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Now, he brought up smallpox, polio, mumps. These are things that they have been able to study over the course of decades. Decades. Not 6 months. He got on TV and insulted the intelligence of everybody that's listening. Now, many businesses will follow suit. Okay? Many businesses are going to follow suit. What I think should happen is that those businesses should lose money. They should. But are people that strong? Because I knew they was going to come for our livelihood, our financial livelihood. I knew that. Before they even got to this point, I knew when fear didn't work, that first wave of fear, second wave of fear, vax that thing up, Lil Boosie and them, all these motherfuckers on TV telling you to go get it. When all that shit didn't work and they didn't see the numbers climbing how they were supposed to or how they wanted them to, they were going to come for your financial livelihood. Because they know they have created wage slaves in this country, people who wake up, breathe, and everything, our entire existence is tied into our ability to pay bills. Everyone. There is no one exempt from this. There is not an amount of wokeness you can have to be exempt from this. Everybody is tied into paying bills. You can't woke your way out of this. You can't read your way out of capitalism. You're a wage slave in one way or another. I don't give a damn if you're an entrepreneur. You still got to pay that damn light bill. Okay? You still have to. Now, you may not be as regulated as other businesses, like a Walmart or some shit like that, but you still got to pay that fucking light bill. That water bill, you have to keep that business running. Knowing about ancient Egypt ain't going to help you here. Knowing the origins of Christianity are not going to help you here. Knowing black history, not going to help you here. You a wage slave. We all are. This is why this is their last final Hail Mary. This is the only non-violent thing they can do. This is the only thing they got left in the bag. We made them dig to the bottom of the bag, and that makes me proud. I'm not going to lie. We made them dig to the bottom of this bag. But I knew this was coming. We talked about this months ago, and we've been talking about it. I knew they were going to come for your financials. Your finances, rather. I knew they was going to come for it. Come for your work. Come for your job. You already living check to check. Some motherfuckers having to work 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. They knew damn well if they said, well, I'm going to take this job. I'm going to take away your ability to feed your children. Take away your ability to pay your motherfucking bills. That car insurance. That car payment. Them lights, that cable, that internet, I'm going to take away your ability to do any of that unless you get this shot. Now what? That's basically what they doing. That's basically what they saying. What the fuck your bitch ass gonna do now? This entire country is built off capitalism. Y'all been loving the fact that this country is built off of capitalism. Y'all been loving the fact that we have a hierarchy, a socioeconomic ladder. That the people who are at the bottom of this ladder are the most vulnerable at all times. You're middle class, you're lower middle class, you're lower class. Because typically people are living, and I don't want to say within their means, I'm going to say people stretch themselves thin as fuck. And I'm not saying that's all people's fault. A lot of these jobs don't pay worth a fuck, and they wonder why they're having such a hard time filling these positions. Motherfucker, put a sign up that says you gonna be paying motherfuckers starting out at $18 an hour. You want them to come in there. What they want motherfuckers to do is be shamed and made to feel like you lazy because you don't want to take a goddamn job for $9.50 an hour, knowing damn well that ain't gonna pay shit at your damn house. You're gonna have to work 2 jobs. Now you working goddamn 16 hours a day and trying to raise kids on top of that. What the fuck you gonna do with $9.50 an hour? Well, there are a lot of jobs out here. People just don't want to take them. No, motherfucker. You sitting around making billions of dollars. Billions. And you don't want to pay your motherfucking workers. Don't nobody got time for that. That's what motherfucker you being shown. No one has time for that. As you insult people like this. Motherfucker, would you do your job for $9.50 an hour? Motherfucker, you ain't doing shit but pushing paper. Having meetings acting like they important and shit. That's all you're doing. But you wouldn't do that for $9.50 an hour. You want people to get on the ground level, deal with crazy ass motherfuckers out here for $9.50 an hour. $10 an hour. That ain't even minimum wage. I would argue at $15 an hour, you still gonna be working, you still gonna be living check to check. And they want to talk about how many jobs out here available. Motherfucker, pay these people. Pay us. Pay the working class people. That's what the fuck you should be doing instead of complaining about you can't fill this position. But then now you want to come in and take those jobs away if a motherfucker don't want to get an experimental vaccine put in their damn body. And that word fumbling son of a bitch didn't even hesitate. I knew it was coming. And you have people that agree with this shit. Now, I did see some reports that the Pfizer vaccine wasn't really approved by the FDA. It was some other shit that's going on. But what I was trying to explain to a black woman told me this on Facebook. It doesn't matter whether it's true or not. They're going to act like it's true, which is why he came out here and gave this statement right after. They don't give a fuck what's true. They never have given a fuck what's true. They put out illusions. You react to the illusion, the said illusion. They use fear to control your behavior. And they're sheep. Understand, their sheep have a purpose here in this society. Their sheep have a purpose here in this society. They're supposed to wag their finger at you, shake their head at you, when you show up with no mask on. I was out here in Ohio, and I posted this up on Facebook. Going into a Wendy's. And on the door it said, mask recommended. And see, I saw that and I said, recommended? That makes sense. We've allowed these motherfuckers to become tyrants in their verbiage. You can recommend that I get a vaccine. You can recommend that I wear a fucking mask. You can recommend it all day. I don't mind you recommending it or advising me to get it. But when you start trying to tear at people's livelihoods, their well-being. That should be the issue for everyone, even the people who chose to get a vaccine. Even the people who chose to. It should be very problematic to hear. Not only is this government turning its attention on black people and blaming us for the vaccine, or for not getting the vaccine. We're responsible for the spread of COVID. Not only are they doing that, broad daylight, right in front of your fucking face, why are you balancing yourself on some crates? Not only are they doing that, now they're saying the people who are working at these jobs, and they know damn well a lot of those jobs got black folk working in them. We gonna take your damn job too, nigga. And once we take your job for not getting the vaccine, we gonna double down on saying how lazy you are and how much you just don't want to work. We'll double down on that propaganda as well. We'll just do that. We'll completely ignore the fact that the caves are the #1 recipients of welfare in this country. And if it was an all-black program, it wouldn't even exist, because there isn't an all-black program that actually does exist. So therefore, welfare wouldn't be one of those things, right? Section 8, food stamps, EBT, whatever the fuck. If those things were just for black folk, they wouldn't even exist, because there is no program that exists for black folk. Not one. So they'll continue to make you the face of everything negative in this country. And guess what? It's working. Niggas ain't paying attention. You can't balance on a crate and pay attention at the same time. I mean, that's too much work. They've been able to do this shit right in our goddamn faces. And black people will take their narratives and run with it and use it as attacks against other black people. You'll hear other black people call other black people welfare queens. Huh? Other black people will call black people welfare queens. What that lets you know is that, now again, they don't talk to the caves like that. Other black people will talk to black people like that. So it lets you know the propaganda is working. It's working like a motherfucker. Because the black woman is the welfare queen, not the cave bitch that should actually be labeled as such. Not her. It's the black woman. You have more and more black people on a daily basis calling other black people broke. That's all niggas talk about. Somebody broke. So we've taken everything that they use to demean us, to dehumanize us, and we'll say it about each other. That's just the kind of people we are. That's what we do. That's the one thing a nigga gonna tell you, you broke immediately. Look at you, you broke. So when I tell you that you broke, that means you also dumb. You have no guidance at all. I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. My life is more valuable than yours. And this is black folk. This is how we talk to each other. Meanwhile, again, the government is making all black people. Now, if you understand what that white man said, that lieutenant governor from Texas, he didn't say rich, poor, weave wearing, Gucci belt wearing, suit wearing, makeup wearing, big stupid ass long lash wearing, long nails wearing. He didn't do that. He said black folk. Now, this is the problem black folk have, is you don't realize when you're referred to as a team. Now, you don't conduct your motherfucking self as a team because something's wrong with you. You don't conduct yourself as a team because you have a hierarchy even amongst yourself. Light skin, dark skin, Christians or Muslims or whatever the fuck. Nobody refers to you as that. When they talk about you, when they trying to make you the face of something, it's just black. And you carry it. It don't matter whether you got on red bottoms or not, or fucking flip-flops, whether you go outside with a goddamn bonnet on your head or not. None of that shit matters. It don't matter to nobody but you. You believe that somehow you can make these motherfuckers respect you. You can have enough money to make them respect you. You can coon just enough to make them respect you. You can argue. Black men and women can get online and argue about who the fuck fault it is every day, all motherfucking day. We do all this stupid shit and they get on TV and say black. And your stupid ass ain't even paying no attention. Because you trying to bounce on a crate after all, right? We divide ourselves up and think we fighting different battles, different struggles. We believe this in our minds. Now, no amount of me trying to tell people gonna make them listen at all. You could just look at Black YouTube and see what the fuck going on here. You could just look at Black YouTube. Look at what the fuck people are engaged in. Look at what the fuck people are engaged in. Now, I'm not saying all of Black YouTube, of course. But look at what the fuck your most popular people are engaged in. A lot of them is engaged in some fuck shit. It's what they doing. Even us, the so-called pro-black people. Then we'll get on here and talk about coons, the shit that coons are doing, and coons are affecting the overall vibe of our people. They've sabotaged us at every level historically. I can go back, but I ain't gonna do that right now. But even when we divide ourselves up like that, when they get on TV, they don't say pro-black. They don't say coons. They don't divide us up like that. It's just black. Just black folk. The African American population is not vaccinated in most states at a 90% rate. That motherfucker didn't take time out to break it down. Natural hair versus weaved up permed hair. And, dashiki niggas versus your hood niggas. They don't do that work. That's what we do amongst ourselves. Dumb as fuck. Huh? If I'm making sense, y'all put a B123 in the chat. Let me take a sip of this water and breathe real quick. If I'm making sense, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Now, y'all, I apologize, but I've been running off. I apologize for not paying attention to the chat like that. But y'all put B123 in the motherfucking chat box if you understand what I'm saying. If I'm making sense to you. Mad love to y'all. A lot of people don't fuck with a message like this. Because it calls black people to task. And one of the things black people hate the most is being called to task. We do not like that. We want to have our fun bouncing ourselves on these fucking crates. We want to enjoy ourselves being oblivious to what the fuck is going on out here when your enemy is doubling down on justifying why they made you and call you their enemy. You're not paying attention. Just Acting says, I disagree, Rob. We need to identify those turncoats around us. When did I ever say we didn't need to identify turncoats? Because I did a lot of talking, but I don't remember ever saying no shit like that. I don't recall saying that. Just Acting. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying you can't disagree, but you have to disagree with something I actually said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do that. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. If you could. That's the least you can do for your brother, right? Because I'm not going to get in the algo like that. They're not going to put me out there like that. Motherfuckers got to come search hard for me. They be hiding me. They do a good job of hiding anybody that's not divisive. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Anybody who's not divisive in one way or another, they're going to do whatever they can to hide those channels. Okay? They're going to do their best to hide those channels, and my channel just happens to be one of those channels they're going to hide. So y'all at least give me some likes. I'm not asking for much, you know. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking you to do something very simple just to get me out here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So where people know where to find me. Maybe I'll come up in their suggestions, which I know YouTube gonna still hold me the fuck back, but they can't do but so much because, like I said, my channel isn't monetized. My channel isn't monetized or nothing like that. So y'all just show love by hitting the like button at least. Understand that the way that I look at our people and the times, and a lot of times I'm scolding our people, because as I watch a white man get on TV and make black people the face of COVID, and I can get on his motherfucking head for that and show us what he's doing. The hard thing though is trying to get black people to care enough to stop what they doing. Pick your head up out your fucking phone for a second and pay attention. That's the hardest thing to do, because black people are convinced that we just gonna have fun out here. That's what life is all about, fun. Fun and clearly arguing. Oh, we love to argue. Good Lord. We love to argue amongst ourselves. Meanwhile, we heard this motherfucker say black. He didn't say woman. He didn't say man. He said black. Okay? Hold on, let me get to Elaine. Mad love to Elaine Lloyd for the $10 super chat. Says, hold on, let me get this shit right. Hold on, Elaine. Let me make sure I don't lose you. Says, peace, Rob. How do you feel about this whole ADOS/FBA? ADOS actually argues that that black non-ADOS people shouldn't have jobs. They just separating black with black. It shouldn't be us versus them. We all black. See, whenever the ADOS was doing their thing and making a topic of the issue of reparations, I spoke about this in FBA. Like I'm not really into all that, like the dividing up of our people. I'm not into that. I feel it's dumb. You say, how do I feel? I feel like that shit is dumb, because the bottom line still it doesn't matter. Like, and I was like that even when you remember, because we acting like ADOS and FBA is the first ones. They're not. We have to remember that people were calling themselves what was we doing? Moors, Aboriginal, Israelite. We've been through every word, every phrase or whatever we need to come up with to call ourselves, to try to make it seem like we some type of special, or we different over here. And now we're just using acronyms. It's the same shit. It's gonna give you this. You're gonna get the same energy. Let a cop stop you and you tell that motherfucker how indigenous you are. You start trying to recite some Moorish law or some shit like that. All to me, all this falls under those same categories that I've already seen. This stuff doesn't mean anything. You can call yourself Native, you can call yourself African American, you can call yourself whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. That's the reality that don't nobody want to deal with. It doesn't matter. So how I feel, I'm going to say it doesn't matter. But if people want to identify, of course I'm not going to. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm black first, second, and third. That's what I am. That's how I feel in my heart. I can't tell nobody else how to feel. If they want to be FBA, cool, be FBA. They want to be ADOS, that's fine. They want to argue amongst themselves like idiots, that's also fine. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just end up arguing amongst ourselves like idiots while they get on TV and call us African American population and say we the ones not getting fucking vaccinated in every state. Like, so again, to me, it's not my cup. But I ain't gonna knock nobody, whatever the fuck they want to do. Now, I wouldn't, if a motherfucker come over here and try to argue with me, I'm gonna tell them to get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, I don't want to hear no FBA. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck nothing about it. Don't give a fuck about it. Are you in line to get the vaccine or no? Huh? You lining up? You got your mask on? You want me to wear my mask? Are you FBA or ADOS? You are indigenous more? Okay, what are you? motherfucker, because in my mind, you're a fucking coon. See, that's how simple it is for me. You are a coon. You are a sheep. You a fucking hybrid of both. So it don't matter, ADOS, FBA, foreign, African, Jamaican, Haitian. It doesn't matter. You a fucking coon. Okay? Okay. That's how I feel. So, you know, I'll let everybody else do that. I know people enjoy that on YouTube. People do enjoy having those arguments. They enjoy acting like foreign black people are the only coons that ever existed in the world. I know that we do enjoy that. I think it gives the so-called FBA or ADOS, it gives them some sense of pride, or like they better, because they will act like that all coons have been immigrants. And that's just so not true. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But it does make the ADOS or American foundational black Americans, it makes them feel better. So they can get up on a little high horse and act like cooning ain't never happened here. Like y'all Haitians brought that coon shit over here, cuz. And I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck history y'all been studying, but yeah. No. Hell, really, you would think that with the way we've been here in America and watched how these motherfuckers conducted themselves, that there would be no so-called foundational black coon. Like, that wouldn't exist. But it does, by the millions. How you explain that shit? The foundational black coon. Like, how the fuck you explain the FBCs out here? How the fuck you been here the whole time and you still cooning? The fuck? How you explain that? How you explain the ADOCs, the American descendants of coons? How the fuck, how does that happen? You've been here. You know the history. You live in the history. You gone through it. Malcolm was telling you. Stokely was telling you. MLK telling you. Well, you know, toward the end, of course. But whatever, you know. How the fuck are you an American descendant of a coon? A foundational black coon? Motherfucker, I look at you worse. I'm just gonna be honest. I look at you worse. I look at you worse. Shout out to Michael World for the super chat. Say, hey, Rob, hey, what's up, Rob? They taking that Asian bill more serious than Black Lives Matter? Of course they are. I mean, even though I do believe we were used to make money for BLM, and Africans don't believe they are black. That's fair. The thing is, we have to. I'm not insulted by an African saying that they're not black, they African. I'm not insulted by that. That don't bother me. I don't give a fuck nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we carry problems and issues that don't even fucking matter. So what? I don't give a fuck if they don't say they're not black. Guess what? When that motherfucker got on TV, you think he was talking about accept Africans? That's the argument I would make. This white motherfucker said black. So do you think he was talking about accept Africans, Ubuntu? You can have all the accents you want, my nigga. You can come and say talk however you want to talk, motherfucker. They talking about your ass too. So I wouldn't care that they don't think that they're black. Them caves that get on TV gonna talk to their ass like they black. Doesn't matter. Right? And the Asian bill was taken more serious because Asians are going to take their would-be plight more serious. Asians aren't balancing themselves on fucking crates. They're going to take their plight more serious. We understand that the Black Lives Matter was a democratic shield. That's all Black Lives Matter was. Yo, wow. Don't be laughing and shit. My nigga. All right, motherfucking, he talking to you too. It don't matter if you like oxtails, nigga. Like, that don't matter, okay? All right. He talking to your black ass too. But we have to understand that was just a democratic movement. And if you look at what the Black Lives Matter was able to do, it worked. You had black people going out voting in large number, and they voted for Joe Biden. It worked. Black Lives Matter did what they were supposed to do. It worked. It worked. So if I listen to an African motherfucker tell me I'm not black, okay, Jamaicans do it too. Haitians do it too. I know black man. Okay, motherfucker. Who the fuck was this motherfucker from Texas talking about? You thought you was exempt? Do you believe that? Because if you do believe that, then that shows you not paying attention. And that does not, to me, it's not about whether they Haitian or foreign or not. It's not about that. It's niggas that's from Oakland, that's coons. Like that don't well shit, nigga. They ain't talking about me. Nigga, yes they are. I ain't black, I'm African American. I'm Maurice. I'm a Moor, nigga. Look at my hat. Like, nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about that but you. You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a fuck about that but you. BLM did exactly what they were supposed to do. If you've been following me for a while, I made the videos about BLM. I talked about Black Lives Matter. And I talked about how them motherfuckers don't show up until a black man is shot by the cops. Like, that's the only issue we have out here. I've talked about that. I've ran down on them motherfuckers. But, of course, niggas don't care. Niggas don't care. That's what's up, Tappa Top Shotter. Says, born in Jamaica but black to the core. When they see me, they don't see Jamaican. They see black. Therefore, I'm black and proud. Exactly. That's just, and really, honestly, to me, Tappa, that's just a logical argument. Like, it's just logical. By the time you get here, I don't care where you're from. By the time you get to America, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up. Incorporated, you black. Now, it is what it is. When they talk about the so-called black-on-black crime, they don't bring Haitian versus Jamaican crime or FBA versus... They don't do all that. You black. When they putting images of you up on TV, you are black. That is it. That is all. Y'all can get on YouTube and argue all goddamn day. It don't make me no difference. But I know when it come to me, I don't do all that. B123, that's it. That is it. I don't give a damn whether you African or not, or whether you foreign or not. It doesn't matter to me. Are you a coon or not? Are you black first, second, and third or not? That's all I care about. I don't care what flag you flying or none of that shit. Don't give a fuck about it. That's the bullshit we get into. It's about as ridiculous as the light skin, dark skin shit. Like, it just, the stuff that we do don't make no sense, especially considering that we at war. I would argue that we if we could just come together for a common cause, like after we get some advance, get our feet under us. You want to start calling yourself something different then, or dividing yourself up then, that's fine. But we losing. We at war and we losing. We don't have time for this shit. Comedic science, niggas. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about that. Comedic science, nigga. You astroplaning, nigga. You floating the fuck up out of here every night, nigga. Huh? You astroplaning and doing all this spiritual bullshit, and it means nothing. Like, all that shit don't mean a goddamn thing. But black people think it does. Because we are always searching for power in every area that it doesn't matter, except for unifying. We search for power everywhere. I've been watching YouTube videos. Y'all listen. I've been watching YouTube videos. We got witches and goddamn basically warlocks and shit out here. It's like, what the fuck are y'all niggas? You can't be so desperate for power. Like, it's no power coming from that. If so, your spells would have worked by now and they should have been casted on the caves. Them spells ain't working. The Fez hat don't work. Hebrew Israelite, take them clothes off. Don't matter, don't work, bruh. Calm down. That shit don't matter. And that's why I wasn't able to really get with, back when I first started this shit, and I talked about this on a video when I was talking about Sinetter's whole ass. That's why I could never get with that. Like, even very early on, before I was even at the point I am now, that was weird to me. Like, nigga, it don't matter. It don't matter what niggas was doing in ancient Egypt, bruh. When them blue lights flash on your ass, they're not going to give a fuck that you civilized the caves. You can't start reciting that. Well, nigga, you motherfuckers, we the ones taught you to wash your ass. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about none of that. None of that shit matters. Well, I'm really traveling. I'm just traveling. I don't need they don't motherfucker, you okay. Bang bang, motherfucker. That's what they gonna do. And we gotta be real about that. They sought out to eradicate the Black Panther Party for a reason, because they weren't divided up like that. It was just black. Like, come on, man. That's the threat. J. Edgar Hoover said it himself. The threat to this country, to the livelihood of the caves, is us being unified. That's what he said. The Black Panther Party. That's what he said. Not the Israelite Panther Party. Not the Moor Black Panther Party. Not FBA Panther Party. Not ADOS Panther Party. Not the Haitian Panther Party. Not the motherfucking Jamaican Panther Party. Not the Nigerian Panther Party. The Black Panther Party was the single most biggest threat to this motherfucking government in the modern era. Period. Is what it is. It is what it is, man. And I don't know why people can't see that. Young Black King, Rob, you too worldly. Okay, that's fair. That's what's up. I don't know what. Where do you? I guess what place do you exist? Maybe you can help me out. Where are you existing tonight? This evening. Where do you exist? Up to worldly. Y'all hit that like button for me, if you haven't already. Cosmic Warrior said, yeah, I was surprised to see chicks claim they were witches. I wasn't surprised. Black folk been looking for shit to empower us for so long, man. We been looking for anything. At everything. It doesn't even surprise me. Brother said I'm worldly, boy. God damn. Jessica J said I'm sitting on the moon. Pasta 0316 says now they calling it woke is the biggest threat. I would argue that they ain't even worried about woke folk. Because a lot of your woke people are the people that I'm talking about. That sit around and argue doctrine, argue ancient history, argue Democrat or Republican. A lot of the woke people, even the woke people, are doing that. So it's just like, yo. Even the woke. We ain't no threat if we not unified. It don't matter, because what you're going to have when you have even your woke people, that's going to be a small sector. Look over Black YouTube. If we could use YouTube as like a microcosm, if you will. Look over Black YouTube. What do you see? You can be woke as hell. We still not unified. I mean, still not unified. So even the woke, it doesn't have an effect. Eddie X, America is fall. Tariq Nasheed trying to get a museum, which he will never be open. Okay, I guess you meant he will never open. Tariq Nasheed, this got 1 million. I mean, that's all. I ain't really, those y'all's niggas, man. I can't really deal. Those the niggas y'all fuck with. I can't knock you for fucking with them. It is what it is. Of course, If the brother is trying to get a museum, I'm not going to hate on a museum. I mean, why the fuck would I can't hate on a museum? It is what it is, but that's not my nigga. Don't give a fuck what he doing. Don't give a fuck what he got going on. Didn't give a fuck about, what was it, buck breaking. Like, I ain't give a fuck about any of that. Don't give a fuck about it at all. It just seemed very odd to me for a man to be FBA, to have a FBA narrative, to be the spokesman of FBA. And he made 1804, which dealt with the Haitian Revolution, but he has yet to deal with the many revolts that we had here on American 3Ks Don't Get This Shit Fucked Up Incorporated soil. So, you know, if you first want to deal with, the first time you want to deal with foundational black Americans is showing them getting bent over, fucked in their ass by a slave master, then, I mean, I guess, I haven't watched it or nothing like that, but I've heard people talk about it. I mean, I guess if that's the first thing you want to do, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see how you be beating your chest on some FBA shit and you don't deal with, you know, the shit that's happened here, like the times that we've rode on these motherfuckers for trying to goddamn a so-called buck breaker motherfucker. Like it was some motherfuckers that Nat Turner, hell, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. I want to hear more of that. I don't want to see niggas, you know, we hear about niggas getting bent over and it is what it is. That's just me though. Rachel X, Mad Love for the Super Chat, says the U.S. spent trillions of dollars in Afghanistan. Of course they did. Look at the oil. I mean, we dealing with oil money. We dealing with oil money. And when you're dealing with oil money or any resources that can be siphoned, plundered, or stolen, we know how America get down. They'll go somewhere and set up a goddamn embassy so quick and have fucking soldiers just occupying lands and shit like that. We know how they get down. Hell, look at all the money they've been giving to Israel. Like, we know how they get down. Now, of course, they ain't got no money for no reparations. Matter of fact, that conversation has to be tabled, and we have to get think tanks together to figure this thing out, HR 40 and shit like that. We gonna come together and talk about reparations. Meanwhile, you giving trillions of dollars over the years to not only Afghanistan, but Israel as well. And they gonna tell you they broke, they ain't got the money. But they coming to take your motherfucking job if you don't get the shot, though, you know. Like, motherfucker, you got all this bread and you about to take my job over a shot. That should be even more insulting. We understand what they're doing in Afghanistan. I actually talked about that on my Instagram page. If you not follow me on Instagram, links in the description box. Come fuck with me. We talked about that on Instagram. I know the game they're playing because it's a regular game. Like, it's not a deep game. Because now you got the motherfucking Taliban talking about, well, shit, if America don't get these motherfucking troops out of here by August 31st, like you said, then it's going to be a motherfucking problem. And you listen to them threaten America, and you're like, what the fuck wrong with these niggas? But you have to think that that's going to justify a re-invasion. That's going to justify the re-invasion. It's going to justify it. We talked about that. I think it was on my last live show. I think we did. We talked about that. What's up, Biggs? Sharonda, exactly. Sadly enough, says Corinne Gaines is a tragic example of this reciting the, I guess, Moorish law, thinking the cops just gonna stop shooting. Cause no. That's not going to. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But we understand the games that they're playing in Afghanistan. And while they playing those games, they're playing heavy games with you and your black ass over here. Whether you FBA, ADOS, black, African American, Haitian, Jamaican, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You can be indigenous, you can be native, you can be anything you want to be. Copper colored or whatever the fuck you decide to call yourself this week. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. And until we stop fucking playing about this and understand that we are at our biggest threat to this system unified, this is all, I mean, everything is for nothing, man. Everything is for nothing. Until we get that through our motherfucking thick ass skulls. And until we decide that, you know, it's not my job to tear down a black woman. That's my mama. It's not my job to tear down the black man. That's my dad. Like, until we get tired of that stupid ass fucking shit, ain't nothing happening, yo. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Nothing. Because we dedicate ourselves to the wrong shit. That's all it is to it. We dedicate ourselves to the wrong shit. Let me see something real quick. Because I ain't going to be on here too much longer. I got to get off this motherfucker. All they want to talk about is the homosexuals. That's the conversation. I mean, these motherfuckers talk about everything but what we supposed to be talking about. Homosexuals. Lil Boosie's now the spokesman for all heterosexual people in the nation. It's just like, I can't deal, man. I cannot deal with this shit. Because I'll be wanting us to see it, man. And we talk about the propagandizing of homosexuality and how they're pushing that into society. And we see what the fuck they're doing. And they're trying to bully us, the heterosexual people, whom without the way that we practice sex, they wouldn't even be here. But they're trying to bully us into saying that somehow that shit is cool, that shit is normal, that shit is okay. Lil Boosie out here gets his ignorant ass up on the Breakfast Club or whatever the fuck. And now, you know, Boosie. I'm like, this is a fucking coon. It's the same nigga that just told y'all to go get vaccinated. So here he says, well, I can see the homosexual propaganda in there and what they doing with the cartoons and shit like that. And I can't say, I mean, it's clear as day. But nigga, you the one was telling niggas to go get vaccinated. Why you don't see the propaganda in that? Why you don't see the agenda in that? Why aren't you using that word agenda for that? No, you told niggas to come to your concert, they needed to get vaccinated. Huh? But you see the homosexual agenda. And see, that's the problem with wokeness. A lot of times it only applies to one area. It only applies to one area. You have a motherfucker that say some shit real quick. You know, y'all ride with Boosie for talking about, you know, Dwayne Wade's son being, you know, extra as fuck, and, you know, these kids being subjected to homosexual imagery. But nigga, you just told niggas to go line up and get a shot, and your kids is next. Why you don't see that? I did see a clip of Busta Rhymes came out and was talking about, you know, talking against the vaccine. I also saw the vaccine and the mask. I also saw, I think it was SZA that said something against the vaccine and the mask. You know, and of course, if you look at these comments, you'll see niggas all over the place. Miss Murphy says called nitpicking. Exactly. Or these motherfuckers just ignorant. They focus on the shit they want to focus on now. When I did see when they made the Robin of Batman and Robin, when they made him bisexual, I'm like, wait, okay, what? That's excessive, right? Well, I don't think was the homosexuals complaining about that? I don't even know at this point what all they getting, you know, when they had their little meetings and shit. Were they mad about that? Was that holding him back from enjoying the cartoon or the comic because he wasn't sucking dick sometimes? Like, that's the issue? That was the problem? Okay, I didn't know that was a big issue. Like, he has to be sometimes sucking dick. That's the only way that's to be fair in this world. It's like, what? That wasn't the issue. Was that an issue? You know, you want to talk to homosexuals like, what the? That's an issue, motherfucker? But when you only see one so-called agenda, it just blocks your peripheral vision, your third eye, all that shit's blocked off, man. Exactly. Let's keep walking on fucking crates. Let's keep balancing on crates while they playing these games. And if you ask me, these motherfuckers liable to shut the goddamn schools down in a couple weeks. I posted about that on Instagram. Of course, they got all that back to school money because they're not going to let big businesses fail. We have to understand that this is America 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up, Incorporated. Okay? And they're not going to let big businesses fail. They will bail them out. We saw that was the first thing Obama did when he got in. He bailed out the banks. They're not going to let big businesses fail. This country won't allow it. You, me, we can fail. big businesses, they're not going to let them fail. This is a capitalist society. They're not going to let them fail. So, let's act like, as we sitting here acting like with the pandemic is at an all-time high and all this shit, well, schools is open. Oh, yeah, schools is open. Book bag, here's the list of all the shit you need to go buy. They're going to make sure that those companies stay afloat. They're going to be able to pay their light bill. You're not going to be able to pay yours. They're going to be able to pay their light bill in all 5 of their mansions. And their timeshares, too. Oh, yeah. They'll be able to pay all their motherfucking bills. Meanwhile, they're going to get you out here, spend all I goddamn money, because I did it, too. You know, the kids going back to school, goddamn it. I had to spend, you spend the money, too. You got to buy them what the fuck they need. You know what I'm saying? But, man, look. In 2 months, they can shut that bitch down. Back to the house. You done wasted all that motherfucking money. They pockets is full. They're not giving refunds. You can believe that. They'll fuck around and shut this shit down. Oh, COVID. What could we do? We tried. Y'all saw us try, right? Yeah, right, motherfucker. Playing these games. Every day still reporting on how heavy the cases is. Oh, now the kids is getting it. What motherfucker, you just told us we can send them back to school and it was going to be okay. Oh, the kids is getting now. We got to come up with a vaccine for the kids now. Playing these motherfucking games with people. Huh? Playing these types of games with people. They're liable to shut the fucking school down. Knowing that people can't stay home with their kids like that. Because we're wage slaves. They will use that as another tactic to vaccinate not only you, but your children as well. Be ready. Because it's coming. Y'all keep thinking I'm playing with y'all. Be ready. Because it's coming. We got to shut it down. They'll go to the lab, make up a vaccine for kids, and now your kid got to get this to come to school. Just put it on the regular vaccine list, right up next to smallpox and polio. Huh? Influenza? Influenza. Nah. But watch how they do this shit. Watch how they do it. Watch how they roll it out. Y'all hit that like button for me if you get a chance to, if you haven't already. Hit that like button. But understand, these are the games they playing and we playing. We're not looking ahead and seeing what the fuck's coming. And I've been telling black people to fortify yourself. And when I say fortify, I mean your body, your mind, fortify everything, your heart. Be ready for everything. Because you need to be fortifying your body because your immune system best to be built. I'm not getting no goddamn vaccine. I don't give a damn what they do. I'm not doing it. So I got to fortify my body. They're not going to wear me down and make me feel guilty for not getting the motherfucking vaccine. They're not going to make me feel guilty for seeing the fucking schemes that they running. And they've always ran. So I fortify my mind. You see what I'm saying? This is a time that we need to be fortifying ourselves. Sharonda, you wild. I said that same shit though. She said, Sharonda said, I'm gonna need the witches to cast spells on the evildoers. Yeah, right. Them motherfuckers putting root on goddamn random ass niggas in the street. Like that shit ain't. I be like, man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here, man, with that bullshit. Wasting root. Wasting root on a rando ass. Wasting root on Tyrone and them. Like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody worried about him. Stop giving that nigga your number. It's an easy disconnect from them. But the caves, come on, man. It's a very easy disconnect from Tyrone, bitch. There's no need for no root. Ain't no need for no goddamn hexes on a bitch. Like, you can disconnect from them. Put the hex on the caves. The fuck is y'all doing out here? Wasting all your hexes on niggas. And I'm supposed to believe in this shit. I'm not listening to none of these motherfuckers. I don't give a damn from your zodiacs on up to your spirituals, on up to your witches. I don't give a damn. Read these caves. God damn, like, put a hex on them, put a spell on them. Fuck the rest of this shit. Pray for the downfall of the caves. If you taking your knees and you taking everything to Jesus, we'll take him to caves. You won't even do that. Too busy forgiving, motherfucker. Look at this shit. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna say this shit and I'm gonna get off here. Because I gotta get my ass up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start driving and shit. But watch this shit. Let me show y'all something real quick. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, you missing most of the work. We gets it in on there. I'm trying to find this story of this couple who forgave. Here it is. Black couple forgives fist bumps white man cave who shot at their home over BLM sign. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? I'm going to read this shit out. It's BLM, Black Lives Matter, right? Watch this. Michael Frederick told the court that he had fired a gun towards the Michigan property of Eddie and Candace Hall, but had not meant to attack them personally. Now here you have a motherfucker who said he fired a gun into your house. Now, mind you, he don't know who he hitting. This is the coon shit that motherfuckers are conducting drive-by shootings. This is the coon shit they get into. It doesn't matter who they hitting. Could have killed y'all. Could have killed y'all. Says, I targeted these people because I didn't like their political sign that they had in their window. Cave, named Frederick, 25, told a judge, I think you guys are some great people and didn't deserve this at all. That's all he got to say. Y'all are great. Ignore the shots. Y'all great. Watch this. 2 days later, the Halls found a swastika painted on one of their vehicles, tires were slashed, and a stone was thrown through their window. So not only am I going to shoot your house up, I must have missed, well, I'm going to come back and vandalize your vehicle as well. Okay. The pickup truck also had the phrases terrorists, Black Lives Matter, and not welcome dabbed on it. Not welcome. This has been the sentiment of the caves ever since they so-called freed us from the plantations. Said Frederick was arrested and pleaded no contest to ethnic intimidation. Notice they didn't call it a hate crime. Now let's talk about this. I seen somebody mention this Asian hate crime bill earlier. You notice they didn't call this a fucking hate crime. That motherfucker pled guilty. He was arrested and pleaded no contest to ethnic intimidation. Not a hate crime. That's a fucking hate crime. Attempted murder is what it is. No contest to ethnic intimidation, discharging a firearm at a building, not a home where two black people live, where they sleep, where they raise their families. It's just a building. Using a firearm during a felony and malicious destruction of property. A fucking hate crime is what that is, and attempted murder is what that is. And now he has been sentenced to between 4 and 10 years in prison. Y'all know damn well when we're dealing with the caves, they're not leaning nowhere near that 10, more so land on that 4. If that, 2.5, good behavior. For attempted murder and a fucking hate crime. Miss Hall, 55, told the court that she was prepared to forgive Frederick for his actions. Huh? You prepared to forgive him? He tried to murder you and or your husband. Quote her here says, I'm not angry. I'm not. I'm forgiving, she said. You're a good kid and have a chance. You made a bad choice and we understand that. We have children ourselves. We're not hateful people. We're Christians. What the fuck do you mean? They pray, we pray. You just swap out the fucking letter. They P-R-E-Y, we P-R-A-Y. That's the difference. And they have an entire system that's going to come and make a fucking hate crime and attempted murder a small offense that's going to give you 4 fucking years, 2.5 years on good behavior. Huh? We Christians, we believe in forgiving? Huh? What the fuck? What are we even talking about here? We're talking about delusion. Because one thing funny about black folk, we are quick to we'll acknowledge the fact that homosexuals are delusional. Black people will say that. But what about Christians though? What the fuck type of delusion is that? You forgive him, and he tried to murder you and your husband. Your kids could have been there. You say you got kids, but you use your kids in comparison to, well, you understand kids can make a bad decision. He could have murdered your motherfucking kids. And all you motherfuckers want to come out here and do is forgive. They pray, we pray. And that's the problem. And of course, balance on crates, right? Of course, we're going to balance on crates too. Shout out to London Link for the super chat. Says they said they forgive him because he helped them balance on a crate. But seriously, if he was black, no forgiveness would have been there. If that would have... London, listen. If that would have been a black man who saw a Confederate flag in their window and decided to shoot their house up because of that Confederate flag, come back and vandalize their vehicle and paint, you're not welcome here, man, I doubt he would have even made it to prison. I doubt that. I doubt it. He'd have been one of the black men that happens to shoot themselves in the head while they're handcuffed in the back of a fucking police car. Oh yes, not a conspiracy. They report that shit in real life. Yeah, he killed himself, man. They handcuffed and all. The black folk, magical as fuck, ain't they? Wizards, I tell you they are. Wizards. He shot himself handcuffed. They can say that and get away with it. I've seen them do it. We talking about diabolical, maniacal, nefarious, cave-dwelling, racist motherfuckers. That's what we dealing with. Right, London. Said they would have lynched him and said it was suicide. Exactly. Oh yeah, he saw the error in his ways. He felt bad after he shot up that Confederate flag and shot into them people's house. And we found him down in the woods, hanging from a tree. Medical examiner come and say, yep, that's exactly what happened. Understand, they pray, we pray. That's what makes us lose. We bouncing ourselves on fucking crates. We dancing all over motherfucking TikTok. We dividing ourselves up into whatever type of motherfucking black that you can decide you want to categorize yourself as this week. And we losing. We still playing. They not playing. They're making sure they target you. They're making sure they propagandize your image. They're making sure that everything that goes wrong in this country is your motherfucking fault, even though you only make up 13 to 15% of the motherfucking population. They're going to continue to make it your motherfucking fault while you bouncing your silly ass on some motherfucking crates. That's what they're going to do for you. That's the benefit that they're going to give you. The same one they've been giving your ass the whole time while you out here playing. Huh? I don't forgive. I don't forgive none of the shit I'm seeing. I don't forgive that governor in Texas that just said that black folk is responsible for the spread of COVID. I don't forgive Joe Biden for getting his bitch ass on motherfucking TV. And this is as his presidency, because we understand the crime bill. I don't even forgive him for that, but we're not going to get into that. I don't forgive him for getting on TV telling businesses to take people's livelihood unless they get a shot. I don't forgive any of this shit. I'm not a forgiving motherfucker. I'm not Christ-like at all.
Don't want to be. Have no interest in being. Because that bitch motherfucker just watching this shit happen too. Huh? If you believe in him and shit, you know. That bitch made motherfucker watching this shit happen too. I don't forgive him. I don't forgive his daddy. I don't forgive none of this shit. That's how I feel. But y'all, I'm about to get the fuck off here. I do appreciate y'all that came and spent time with me. I know this was a random live stream. I hope y'all continue to hit that like button, share the video. I know my videos is hard to share because I be on here cussing and shit like that, but motherfuckers can't deny the facts I be spitting. And that's why these bitch ass niggas that get online and talk about me, they can't talk about none of the shit I be spitting. They can't talk about that. They don't have nothing for that. Nothing at all. Not one fucking thing for it at all. They cannot fuck with me on that. Whether they like me or not. But I appreciate y'all that support me. Again, if you want to donate something, those links in the description box. Order t-shirts from me. Those links are in the description box. Donate to Patreon. Even though I'm not putting content on there, I'm putting content on here. No commercials. Show some love for that. You know how motherfuckers will throw 35 commercials in a 5-minute video. Like, I'd be like, God damn. That's one of the hardest things about me watching YouTube now. Like, God damn. And sometimes I can't skip the motherfuckers. Like, that shit be bullshit. So show some love for one of the only channels you gonna watch on YouTube. If not, I would say the only that can be monetized. And nah, you ain't gotta worry about no motherfucking commercials at all. We gonna get straight to work. I don't want no random ass cave coming in here advertising some bullshit that I ain't gonna be able to afford once they fire me from my motherfucking job for not getting this stupid ass shot anyway, bitch. I don't care what you selling. I don't give a fuck what you selling, bitch. You gonna make sure we can't buy it anyway. With your whole ass. Huh? Huh? But okay. Mad love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next time. I'm going to be making some videos throughout the week. If you're not subscribed to my video channel, also not monetized, also you don't got to deal with no fucking commercials, subscribe to my video channel. That link's also in the description box as well. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. I'm out.